हेलो फ्रेंड्स, माय नेम इज शशांक एंड वेलकम बैक टू दिस न्यू एक्सेल ट्यूटोरियल। और आज की इस वीडियो में हम सीखने वाले हैं हाउ टू क्रिएट दिस केपीआई ट्रैकर स्पीडोमीटर, राइट? इफ यू कैन सी दैट वी हैव दिस set of data, we have this button and we have this speedometer chart, and I will give you a quick demonstration that how this chart will work. So this button is actually picking up the values, taking up the values from this data set. It is displaying it here, and then the same value is being visualized in this speedometer, right? So as I change the values in this button, it will keep on changing the needle position in this chart, right? So when the values are up from maybe to 95, the needle will go all the way up to the excellent rating, and when you have the lowest ratings, the needle will go down to 36 or maybe the average rating, and it will keep on displaying the different values as you keep on changing the values by using this button, right? So this is just a demonstration, but if you really want to use this kind of a speedometer chart in your dashboards, you should have a steady flow of input from your backend sheets, right, where you don't have to manipulate the data. It is already taking up data from multiple sheets, calculating, and it is automatically displaying it on this speedometer chart, right? So in this video, I will give you step-by-step instructions how to do that. So first of all, without wasting time, let's create a blank sheet, right, and in which we will start designing this speedometer chart from the scratch, right? So to create any kind of speedometer chart or any kind of chart, you need a set of data. So I will just copy this data, press Ctrl C, and I will paste it here, right? Simply paste it here, Ctrl V. Now I have the employees data, right, and their sales target which they have achieved over the last year, right? So let us say how to use this data. So now next we have this set of data which is being used in this speedometer chart to display the movement of needle, right? So I will copy this here, and now next we have this button, right? I will show you how to create this button also. So let me before that copy this data. So now I will create a button. So to create a button, you should have the developer tab activated on your Excel. So if you don't have, please find out from Google, or maybe you can just simply go to the file, right, and then go to the options tab, and then you can use the customize ribbon, and then please check on this developer tab. Okay, right? So now you have the developer tab, go to insert and use this spin button. So press Alt and draw a spin button here. By pressing the Alt key, you will get the exact dimensions of your cells in height and width, right? So now you have the button. Now next step is to link it with the cells and take out data and display data on the cells. So right click on this button, go to format control, and now it will show you certain values which you have to put in. So minimum value, so this will display values from minimum to maximum. So minimum value is 1, right, and the number of employees is 11, so I have used maximum value 11, right? So now the incremental change is that how much jump you want between the two values. You want to go from 1 to 5 or 1 to 2, so that is what the incremental change is. So if I add 2, so it will go from 1 to 3 with one click, right? So this is the incremental change. And next is cell link. Where do you want to display the values from this button? So just simply click on that and select any cell and press OK. So now if you press this button, it will keep on changing the values from 1 to 11, and then you can go back to 1. So right, so up and down. So this is what this button will do, right? And now this number is nothing, it has no value to me and cannot be used in the dashboards until you link it with certain functions, right? So if you know how to use index function, and if you don't know, just go to this I button and you can learn everything about the index function, how to use it. So we will use the index function to use this number to extract the values from this data set, right? So I will delete this and I will type index here is equal to index open parentheses, and then this is my data set where I want to pick up the data, and then the row number. If you see, I have selected data from the row number 4 to the row number 14, right? So it means that whatever value is being displayed in this cell. For example, let's say 1. So 1 will be the first employee name, and so on, 1 2 3 4 and so and to up to the 11, right? So I will use this value as a row number and then column. I want values from employee section or employee column, so my column number column number will be 1. So close it and press enter. So now in the row number 1, according to this function, right, is Smith, and if I change the value, it will show Dix because it is the row number 2, because my data is starting from the row number 5, that is why. And if I keep changing the value, it will keep changing the names in this cell, right? And next is I want to display the target achieved from these by these employees. So simply just select this cell and copy this index function, press Ctrl C, press escape, double click, paste it, and just only one change will be that change the column number, because my values are now in the second column, so that is why I have used column number 2. Press enter. So now black has 64%, and if I change the value to Dyer, so it has 27% target achieved, right? So this is the foundation which we are creating to create that speedometer chart. So now next is this section, this set of data. So this set of data is being used to create a needle. So this is the value which will be displayed in the speedometer by the needle. On which position the needle will stop, which that will be described, that will be determined by the value inside this cell. So this value can be taken from this cell, right? And press enter and then go to the home tab. Then you have already converted it to the number, so maybe just delete it and is equal to, and select this, press enter. Now it is again displaying 0 because this value is in percentage and we have converted it to the number, right? So it is 27%, but I don't want to use it as 27%. I want to use it as 27. That is the thing which you have to keep in mind. So 27% will be converted back to, you can say, the number, so divided by 100. So now you have 0%, and then again go back to the number. So now you have, so now let's go to this this data set, right? So this data set is being used to display the position of the needle and the width of the needle in that speedometer chart. So to get this value, right, to where the speedometer needle will stop will be determined by the value inside this cell, and this value can be taken from this cell. Press enter, and now you have 0.27, but I want to convert it into a 27, right? So I will multiply it by 100. So now I have 27.00, so you can reduce the decimal places by going to this option, 1 2. So now I have 27 exact value, right? So now next is width of needle. How wide you want the size of your needle. It can be from 0 1 2 3 4 5, whatever you want. So let's say we will use 5 as a reference point. And then the length, how long will be the length, how long will be the needle, that can be calculated by adding these two values, the value which you want to display on the speedometer chart and the width of the needle. Add these two values and subtract it from 200, right? So you will see that function formula is here, 200 minus 27 plus 5, right? So add these two values and subtract it from 200, you will get the length of your needle. So that is how we are calculating these values, right? So now we have the foundation ready. We will just simply go to the insert tab and we will create a pie chart, right? So this is the pie chart, and you will see I have already selected the data, that is why it is displaying here. So I don't want to use any data, so I will create a simple blank chart. Go to insert and select a pie chart. So now I have this blank pie chart. I will go to this chart and press right click, and then you can go to the select data option, right? So select data, go to add, right? So give it a name. I will give it an outer layer, right? And then in the series value type 1 5 times and 5 1 time. So now you have 6 values here, 3 5 times 1 and 1 time 5. So by doing this you are creating a pie chart, right, which is divided into 6 portions, and the last portion which has the 5 value will be the biggest chunk of the pie chart, right? So press OK. You see that this green section is the one where we added the number 5, and all these are 1 1 1 1 1, and this one is the 5, right? So now select the inner part of the chart, go to the format tab and go to shape outline, make it no outline, right? And then press right click, go to format data series, and then you have this series option. In this, go to angle of first slice and change it from 0 to 270 degree and press enter. You will see that your biggest portion is at the bottom, and now you have these 5 values which you can use to display the movement of needle on your speedometer chart, right? So now what I will do, I will double click on this green area, right? And then I will go to the fill section, make it no fill. So now you will see that you have started creating the actual speedometer chart from scratch. You will see that now it is started to look like a speedometer. So now we have to do a few more changes. First of all, we will change the colors. So right, so you can change the color from blue to maybe red, right? So make it dark red, and change its transparency to from 0 to 40%, right? And then go to next one, make it yellow and change its transparency to 40%. Go to third one, change it to yellow, right? And then make it 40%, enter. And then next go to this one, make it light green and change its transparency to 40%. Go to the last one, make it dark green and change its transparency to 40%. So now we have the inner part of you can say the speedometer. Now again go back to this chart, select this chart, go to press right click, go to select data, and now we will again create the same same type of chart by adding the 6 values, right? So I will give it a name, maybe inner, right? So now I will type 1 1 1 1. So now I have 5 ones and I will type 1 5. So now I have 6 values. Press OK. So now you cannot see the second chart because it is being hidden behind this first layer of chart. So to unhide it, we will select the chart, right click and go to change series chart type. And in this you will see the inner layer which we have created after our first layer is in the pie formation. So we will convert it into donut, right? And we will put it on secondary axis as you can see here, right? And press OK. So now just like in our previous chart, we have to make certain changes. As go to format tab, go to shape outline, make it no fill, go to angle of slice and make it to 70 degree and press enter. Now it is exactly in the same position. And now the next is donut hole size, and I will make it 80%. So now you will see you have the similarly looking speedometer. So now I will double click on this green chart and I will make it no fill, right? And now I will select this blue part, I will make it red, right? And then I will use this one and I will use this color, right? And then I will use this one and I will change its color to yellow. And then I have this one, I will select the light green, and then I have last one, I will use it the dark green. So now I have this speedometer. Next is to create a needle, right? So that is the last step of that speedometer chart. So again select this, right click and go to select data, add new layer of data and give it a name needle, and then delete these values and select these values and press OK. Press OK. So now you see that the third chart which we have added is exactly as a donut, but we don't want to use it as a donut. We will use it as a pie chart. So I will right click, I will go to change series chart type, and I will change it from donut to pie chart, and I will put it on the secondary axis as it is already being put by default, and press OK. And now I have this pie chart. Again I will go to the format tab, shape outline, no outline, I will go to the series and I will change its direction to 270 degree, press enter, and now I will double click on this gray part, make it no fill, double click on blue part, make it no fill, and now we are left with this needle which we will use, right, to display the position. So to make it look like the needle, we have to do certain changes, right? So first of all, double click on this needle and go to fill area, go to border and make it solid line, right? Okay, there is, double click on the needle, make sure, and then go to the solid line and make it, right, give it an outer line, solid line, and you can change the width from 1.5 to 2, and then change its color to black if it's not in the black color, and that is it. So now we have created the outer layer of the needle, and now it still not look like a needle. So we will reduce the width of this needle from 5 to 0. Well, let's see, press enter, and now it looks like a needle, right? So this is how you can make magic in Excel. You can do magic in Excel if you know how to do things, right? So now we have the needle here, and if I change the values, it will start displaying the position on my speedometer chart. So this is how you can create a speedometer chart step by step. Just do it, practice it, and you will be able to create beautiful charts in no time, right? So the last step which is left is to display value here, right? So let's see how to do that. So for that, just simply go to the insert and go to illustration, create a shape or whatever shape you want to use, and draw this shape here, right? And then you can change the colors, or maybe if you want to increase the size of your chart, you can also do that. It's up to you. And then select the shape, go to formula bar and is equal to, type is equal to, and select the value which you want to display in this shape. So I will use this value and press enter. Now you see that you are getting the same value in this shape. So select that shape, make some adjustments, right, and you will have your shape ready. Make some formatting, go to shape fill, go to maybe black, and text can be yellow if you want. Make it bold, or you can even change the font, right, Arial black. So this is what I wanted to do that, and maybe you can make some more changes. Go to the format tab, go to shape effects, go to preset and use this preset, right? And maybe you can again go to bevels and use this one, right? So this will also give it some metallic look, right? So now the last one. So last thing which I want to do is I want to make a circle inside this speedometer so that it can look like actual speedometer. So simply go to insert and again go to illustration, create a shape, and this time we will create a circle. So press Ctrl Shift and then draw a circle of any size which you want, and then you can move it inside this chart, change colors, make it black, and you can reduce the outer lines, right? So now you have this circle. You can make some changes, go to preset, right, and make it look like in metal, right? So now you have this speedometer, and if I change the values here, so it will start deflecting the values, and now your speedometer is ready. So that's all for today's video, and if you have learned something new from this video and you are ready to use it in your dashboards, say yes in the comment section and let me know what you want to learn in my upcoming videos. And lastly, if you want to add these text, it is very easy. You can simply use a text box, type text, and then place it all in all these positions. So that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching this. Thank you very much for giving your time, and stay tuned for my upcoming videos, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. Thank you very much.